Hey folks, it's Tank Girl and I'm here in Taipei for Computex. And guess what this is in my hands? Yeah, you guessed it. This is the ROG phone, the ROG phone, the new gaming phone from ASUS. It's really quite nice. Unlike other phones that we'll rename unnamed, this is not like a gaudy looking gaming phone. This is actually a pretty nice looking gaming phone. As you can see, that's a glass back for a big part of it, and then there's this area here where my finger is moving, which is metal and has the cooling system in it. You can see the grill, a dual camera, and a very unusual looking fingerprint sensor. And that little logo that's flashing, that's the ROG logo, and you can program that to flash any way you want, any color you want, RGB full on. So aesthetically, that's what the phone looks like, but it's inside that really matters. This is a pretty exciting phone in terms of specs. So first of all, there's this Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 in here, as you'd expect. But these are hand-picked 845s. ASUS ROG basically has picked the best, fastest performing 845s for graphics out of Qualcomm's bin of manufacturing. They're basically tested at the factory and hand-picked by ASUS. So you're going to get the best performance possible. So other specs are 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage, and 512 gigs as an option as well. There's no micro SD, so you really do need to pick the right phone for your storage needs. There's a dual SIM version as well, so at least the one I looked at had 2 SIMs. And so there you have it. That's basically the specs. There's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery behind that lovely back. And the display panel is actually pretty unique too. It's a 1080p 18:9 OLED display, but it's HDR capable. It has a 1 millisecond response time and 90 hertz refresh rate. So it's one of the fastest panels on any phones ever made, faster than even the Razer phone. So that's pretty damn cool. Other things that are interesting, I'll walk you through the edges of the phone. On the left-hand side here, you don't see anything until, ta-da, what is this? Some kind of custom connector. But actually, the part on the top is a USB Type-C connector, and the part on the bottom is some custom connectivity for a bunch of docks that I will be talking to you guys about in a second. But here on the bottom is another USB Type-C port. You can use either port to charge and for data, and you have a headphone jack, which is a welcome addition. On the right-hand side here, you have power lock key and volume rocker, of course. And then on top here, there's pretty much nothing. I did miss on the left-hand side, there's the, obviously, SIM tray. So that's the lay of the land. Now, there's a couple of shoulder buttons. You can't see them. They're on the left edge here on top, and they're ultrasonic, very much like the squeeze feature on HTC phones or the Pixel 2. In fact, this phone has the squeeze feature. You can set it up and program it to do stuff, which is very cool. So now, this little thing in the back, how do you set it up? How do you program it? There is a games center that ASUS has on all their laptops, and here you can control a whole bunch of settings, right? You can see what's going on. There is a fan speed setting, and I'll get to that in a moment. There's no fan in the phone, but there's a fan accessory. And then you have this Aura Light control right here. You tap on that, and you get the Aura Light, and you can program it to any color, as I mentioned. So that's a kind of standard feature on most ROG laptops, but there it is on the phone. The other thing you have is, pretty plain launcher. You can see, Google now on one side, standard stuff. You get the app tray here, nothing really unusual. So the cameras are 12 megapixels and 8 megapixels. The 12 megapixels f/1.8 in the back, and then you've got an 8 megapixel on the front. I'm not quite sure what the f-stop is on that, but I'll keep you posted. So that's, in a nutshell, what the ROG ASUS gaming phone is about. There is a cool little accessory, a bunch of accessories I'll be showing you in a second. There is a twin view dock, and as you can see, it's like a clamshell basically with a second display. There is a mobile desktop dock that you can basically turn your phone into a PC with and then connect it to your PC accessories. And then there's the GameVice controller, which is, as you know, a third-party accessory, but supports the wide gig dock, which is a Wi-Fi AC dock from ASUS. And finally, there's this cool accessory that is basically a cooling fan for this phone, and you can actually attach it to the phone, and you can keep it on, put it in your pocket, and it cools your phone, keeping the battery life good and the performance fast. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel And like this video. And remember, all these videos I'm making are basically to supplement the podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com. That's where you'll find me. Please subscribe to the podcast. We're on Pocket Casts, Overcast, iTunes, everywhere. And we'll stay tuned for more from Computex 2018 here in Taipei. Cheers, everybody.